Thank you to the Decoding Nature sponsors: Five Rivers MetroParks Foundation, Cox Arboretum Foundation, Wagner Subaru, and Wegersen Gardens Foundation. In this episode of Decoding Nature, we're going to learn about natural surface trails. I'm here with my friend Rachel, and we are going to soak in the trails on horseback.
Yeah, so one thing I really like about bringing the horses out here is they do a really great job of maintaining these natural surface trails. And if you have a place like mine where it gets boring after a while, it's a great place to have a change of scenery and to get them out, to see all the natural wildlife, and to just really listen to what's out here.
Rachel, thank you for our time today. Horseback ride's been great.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm going to go figure out what else there is to learn about natural surface trails. It's going to be great. I got this. Come on, let's go. Come on, hit it. Let's go. I'm meeting up with Mike Osborne to hear about the history of our natural surface trails and how MetroParks has evolved and maintained them over time.
I guess you can say that the trails have always been here in some form or another ever since MetroParks started, because in reality, trails have existed with mankind ever since we decided to go from one person's house or go hunting or gathering or go explore. So when MetroParks started acquiring the property, we inherited a lot of existing trails, but they weren't trails in the good sense of what we want today. They were more like old farm roads, deer trails that people have been hiking. So we started taking a really earnest look at this probably around 2000, when the whole concept of sustainable trails was really coming into formation. There was a desire to connect a lot of our parks and look at this, and we had both Mamba, which is our mountain biking area, and this is the TVT Twin Valley Trail, and we had started looking at those around 2005 and 2006. And if we're going to build trails, we should build the best trails possible, and that involves sustainability. And so we had to get our head around what exactly does that mean and what does that look like to construct. And so I'd say 2005 and 2006 was the genesis of what we're doing now. When you look at the physical sustainability, it's merely making a trail that, I'll give you your silly word for the day, is WOPO. WOPO. Water off, people on. Water is the biggest detriment to the trail, so you want to keep water off the trail, which keeps people on the trail. Then you have ecological sustainability, that we're in this beautiful area because we love it. But the most important part is, the third part, is social sustainability, because we're putting the trails out here because people want to be in the area. They need to connect to nature. It's important, it's vital. We've always done this as a civilization, being out here, and we need to be out here. When we build trails, when we look at trails and the impact that they have, that in parks, we have the saying that we don't plant a tree for ourselves, because chances are when I plant that tree, I'm not going to picnic underneath
for the next
of
generation.
It. Next generation, definitely. They're going to impact an experience for someone that we have never met. They're out here because they've had a stressful day. They need to recharge and renew. Maybe it's their safe place, it's their happy place. They're going to be out here where they're having an experience that they're sharing with their friends and their family, where they're reconnecting to the earth or rounding the corner, and there's that moment of wonder or experience that's going to create a memory. And the fact that we can put something in play now that's going to do that down the road is just crazy.
Mike, I love everything you've said. I want to go exploring.
Absolutely, that's why we're here. Let's go hit the trail.
All right, let's do it.
Excellent.
So we're right off of the Twin Valley Trail,
Yep.
and right here is the Twin Creek.
Yes.
Tell me about this creek.
Love to. The Twin Creek is one of the main reasons why we're here in the first place. Twin Creek is a very special gem in that it's consistently rated in the top 1, 2, or 3 by the state of ODNR as far as cleanliness and biodiversity. It was very important to protect this. We're in an area where there's a lot of natural area, but we're very close to State Route 123 over here and in encroaching development. So MetroParks was acquiring a lot of land for protection in the watershed area, and that's the reason why a lot of our parks are very linear down here. So we follow Twin Creek, where pretty much it starts up in Darke County, where it starts its journey going through Preble County, hits Montgomery County and Germantown, comes all the way down through here and heads south into Warren County before it joins the Great Miami River in between Franklin and Middletown.
I imagine the Twin Valley Trail has many uses.
Oh, it really does. That's part of the beauty of it, is that it's almost like the national park experience in your own backyard. You can go out for pick a trail and go out for a lunchtime hike just to kind of walk off the energy of the day. We have campsites along the way where you can do an overnight if you want to get more than a few miles in, or if you want to do the whole TVT. The whole TVT is a little over 30 miles now, and there's 3 campsites at the north, middle, and southern end of it. We call it the sampler platter of hiking. So no matter where you're at, you can kind of find something that you really just want to suit
like
your need.
The charcuterie plate of hiking.
It is. It's all right there for you. Yeah. So yeah.
Twin Valley has these fantastic natural surface trails. What other metro parks have them?
I guess that's kind of the beauty of MetroParks is no matter where you're at in the region, you're probably only a 10-minute drive from one of the MetroParks, and they've all got fantastic trails. You can head over to Taylorsville and do some hiking on some of our improved trails and see the rock outcroppings. Carriage Hill to hike up around the horse farm and see the prairies. Possum Creek is a lot of great intro level trails over there. You head on the eastern side over to Sugar Creek Metro Park where the Three Sisters are.
Nice. Sugar Creek.
Yes.
I'm going to go see Brent there.
Awesome. Brent will hook you up on how to use the trails.
Okay, good. Let's go.
All right.
We were just hanging out with Mike at the Twin Valley Trail.
Oh yeah, the TVT Challenge is something we do every year. People come from all over the region to try to hike the entire Twin Valley Trail in one day.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, where are we now?
We are standing on one of the hiking trails here in Sugar Creek Metro Park. People love the trail run here, hike.
You got the Osage Orange Tunnel,
Yeah.
the Sisters. You get down low by the creek.
Yeah, you got the prairie. There's some beautiful places to sit and relax and kind of just take in nature.
Take it all in.
Salamanders. There's a lot of great little elements to Sugar Creek Metro Park to explore.
Well, let's keep going and we'll talk about what people can do on natural surface trails.
Yeah, let's take a walk.
All right. One thing I've noticed about the trails here at Sugar Creek is that they're larger than I'm used to.
Yeah, at Sugar Creek there's a variety of kind of trail widths, and that's kind of replicating the entire MetroParks system. So you'll find anything from a single track trail that you might have seen over at Twin Creek in Germantown MetroPark, all the way to the paver path that's accessible at Cox Arboretum. So there's a little bit for everybody on what they're looking for, whether it's flat or whether they want those hills to climb up and down. So that's the beauty of MetroParks, is there is a trail for everyone.
The Metro Park started in 1963. What I'm wondering is, how have the trails changed over the years?
Well, I mean, one thing that's happened is we've continually added more land to protect the open space. So those early parks were the initial start to the protection from a conservation standpoint. Over time, now we have over 16,000 acres, and through that evolution, more and more trails have been brought into the system to create more opportunities for folks to enjoy nature by connecting through that trail system. So you see more and more trails is one thing, but you also see the diversity of how people have wanted to use them, from more and more biking, so more and more connections with the paved trail system. Did you know we have the nation's largest paved trail network?
You can't live in Dayton and
You
not
can't.
know that. Well, I
But-
mean, I suppose, but
Right.
very true.
Everybody grows up with it, and they
Yeah.
sometimes don't realize how special it is. They think every community has those
Take it for
sort of
granted.
trails. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we also have the water trails, so more and more paddling, the access along the rivers. In addition to these hiking trails, the mountain biking we've already spoken of, there's a lot that's evolved and grown with the park system's growth. And now, Dayton, Ohio is known as the outdoor adventure capital of the Midwest.
That's right.
It is.
What other things do people need to know about what they can do on these trails?
Well, I mean, obviously the trails themselves just are an invitation to come out and enjoy nature, but a lot of times people do want to know maybe how to get into an activity, whether that's mountain biking, paddling, or even backpacking, and using these trails in a more active way that's maybe unfamiliar to them. And so we do have MetroParks staff and programs that allow them to engage with us, and we show them the way so that they can kind of adopt maybe a new activity for the rest of their life and enjoy nature in a different way. So we have mountain bike rentals and mountain bike programming. We have backpacking programs. We have backpacking packages where we give them the gear, send them on their way, orient them to the trails, and kind of show them how to set up their equipment. And so there's just a lot of different ways to get out and enjoy nature. And so MetroParks staff are here to help guide someone in that adventure.
I really like to camp. Are there opportunities for that?
Lots of opportunities, and so we have something for everyone. So we have 3 main types of camping, which are anything from your traditional camping next to your car in our front country campsites, which happen at a variety of parks, to our backpacking in our backcountry campsites where you have to hike in a mile or 2 to get to that kind of more wilderness experience. And then we also have a trailside camping where you might be on a bicycle touring trip and want to camp in our parks at Eastwood, Island, or Taylorsville. And you could even paddle into some of those sites or hiking as well on the Buckeye Trail or North Country Trail. So we have a variety of camping to serve a variety of interests.
Awesome, for everyone's needs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something for everybody.
Super, thanks. Much hard work and thought goes into these natural surface trails that I love so much. On the next episode, we'll dive deeper into our paved trail network, the largest in the nation. Thank you to Wagner Subaru for their support of Decoding Nature. Until next time, stay outside and enjoy your Five Rivers MetroParks.